Hi friends! This is a video to review our math lesson on creating number stories that we did today during live learning time. If you did not join us, please watch this video first so you will understand the assignment. If you did join us, please still watch. It is a great review and a way to answer questions that you may have had during the lesson that you did not ask. If you have any questions during or after this video, please send me an email or comment on the assignment and I will get back to you as soon as possible. So we began our live learning time with the estimation jar. So my question is and was, how many droplets here, these are our bucket drops, are in this jar? Now, to understand how to solve this question, you have to understand what the word estimation means. To estimate means to take a guess using your schema and what you see in front of you. So your schema, what you already know about counting and math, what you might know about the drops, how big they are, this jar, what you know about capacity or how much a container can hold. All of those things will help you, as well as looking at the pictures. Now, I did my best to take pictures of each side of this jar so that you could make an estimate. Now, pause the video and I want you to estimate, writing down how many do you think are in this jar? How many droplets do you think are in this jar? Now, do this without parent help, please. Your estimate, go, pause. Welcome back. How many did you estimate? Ooh, I wonder if you were right. So, to estimate, remember, means to take a guess using your schema and what you see in front of you to how many droplets are in our jar. When I was trying to figure out the answer to this question, I asked myself, how many? Is it possible using this picture to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Would that be accurate? No, you can't see what's in the middle, can you? You can't see every drop. That is not how to get the most accurate answer. So what I did is I laid them out on my table. I sorted them into groups of 10 because we know how to count by 10. And one easy way to count large numbers of things is to sort them into groups. Soon we will learn how to count by 5, and that will allow us to sort them into groups of 5 if we would like. But right now, let's do 10. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 groups of 10, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ones left over. So 12 groups of 10 and 6 left over. So let's count by tens and figure out how many that is. 10, 20, 30, 40. Now count with me. 50, 60, what's next? 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, and 120. Whoa, that's a lot. 120. But is that how many we had? No, we can't forget about the leftover ones, right? So we have 120. We can count up from 120 to figure out how many we have in total. So 120, 121, 122, 123, 124, 125, and 126. So how many do we have in total? 126. That's right. Great job. Were you close? Too low or too high? Was your guess, your estimate, less than or greater than 126? Let me know in the comments or in your journal and post it to our page. So now our main lesson is about our class number story book. Okay, we're going to make a class number story book that I am going to bind and publish and send to you. But first, let's review what a number story is. Remember, a number story is a short story that illustrates a math problem, making it easier to understand math. For example, here's a number story. There were 4 squirrels on the ground. 1 squirrel ran up a tree. How many squirrels were still on the ground? So our goal today, we have 2. First, I can show my number story using a drawing. So remember, our number story is there were 4 squirrels on the ground. 1 squirrel ran up a tree. How many squirrels were still on the ground? The first thing we need to do before we can solve this problem is figure out what it is asking us. It is asking how many squirrels were still on the ground. Okay, let's figure it out. How many squirrels are still on the ground? The next step is the numbers. What numbers? When I'm drawing, what do I need to draw? It says 4 squirrels. Okay, 4 squirrels on the ground, 1 squirrel up the tree. One quick trick to figure out what you need to draw is to look for numbers. 4 squirrels, 1 squirrel up the tree. Okay, let's draw. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 squirrels. But 1 ran up a tree. Does my picture show how many squirrels are still on the ground? Yes, when 1 ran up the tree, it took away a squirrel on the ground. So we have 1, 2, 3 left. That's right. Our second goal is I can show my number story using a number sentence. Let's read our number story one more time and see if we can figure out how to do a number sentence. There were 4 squirrels on the ground. 1 squirrel ran up a tree. How many squirrels were still on the ground? In order to write a number sentence, we need to figure out what is missing. What information do we need? When I first told the story, what information was missing or not known? That's right, the number of squirrels still on the ground. We knew how many were on the ground. We knew how many ran up a tree. Now, what we didn't know, what was missing, was how many squirrels were still on the ground. So, let's look at our numbers story and see if we can figure out a number sentence to go along. So there were 4 squirrels on the ground. 1 squirrel ran up a tree. How many squirrels were still on the ground? Now I know I need a 4. I'm going to use 1. I need to figure out next, am I adding or am I subtracting? So 4 squirrels on the ground, 1 ran up a tree. How many are left? You can look on still on the ground, 1 ran away. Those clues tell us we're subtracting. We have 4. We're subtracting, we're minusing, taking away the 1 squirrel that ran away and finding out how many that equals. So my number sentence is 4 squirrels minus 1 squirrel ran away equals 3 squirrels. Does that look like what you thought? Now, why did I take away the 3? Because that is the missing information that we didn't know. So if you're working with number sentences, you might get the number sentence 4 minus 1 equals without an answer, and you have to figure out what the answer is. You can do that using your picture model. Now, let's look at another one. Remember our goal of I can show my number story using a drawing. There were 5 squirrels on the ground. Some ran up a tree. Now 3 squirrels are left on the ground. How many squirrels ran up the tree? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 squirrels this time. And you know that 3 are going to be left on the ground. Okay? It's your turn. Draw a picture and write a number sentence to model my story. Pause. Make sure you have your dry erase board and your dry erase marker in your blue math folder. Now, write a number sentence and draw a picture for 5 squirrels on the ground. 3 squirrels are left. How many ran up the tree? And pause this video, draw a picture, and then write a number sentence. Remember, a number sentence uses numerals, numbers, and signs. Plus sign, the minus sign, the equal sign. You need to figure out which sign you're using. Send me a picture as part of this assignment. Great work. Read all about word problems, which you can find in the Google Classroom, and with a blank white sheet of paper, create a number story for a class number story book. It needs to be unique to you and not one that we've done together. Make sure to add a picture and a number sentence to model your number story as neatly as you can so that all of our readers can read your number story. Make sure to also write your number story out in words the way that I did here. So you should have a number story that has words like there were 5 squirrels on the ground, a picture, and a number sentence. So there should be 3 parts, okay? Please do the writing, the drawing, and the number sentence yourself. If you need help, ask for assistance, but I want you to do the writing and the drawing yourself. Scan a photograph of your work and send it to me, or post it in our assignment on Google Classroom, and I will bind them into a class book. Thank you guys. Have a great day.